friend. Welcome back to another episode of the Findaway Podcast with Dusty. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're doing well on your journey. This particular episode, I want to dive a little bit deeper into the next step that I'm taking in regards to getting my biomarkers checked, essentially checking my hormones, my testosterone levels. This was actually something that I wanted to do. There's a place here in Clarksville where I live called True Test Clarksville. And I've seen plenty of stuff, especially in the health and fitness space. I've seen plenty of stuff that can kind of point you towards getting the right biomarkers or getting the right measurements for your particular journey. And so I have always wanted to. And so when this particular company reached out, it was a no-brainer, but I had to look into it. And actually a good person that typically messages and comments, and someone that is kind of really interacting on my Instagram, really put out there the concern of it being gimmicky. And not that Hone, who I'm partnering with, is gimmicky, but just especially social media and people promoting things that's especially gimmicky. And so I wanted to make sure that if I was going to partner with this company, I'm on Fort Campbell Boulevard. That's all I'm going to say about why I seem somewhat distracted, because I'm trying to get through the madness of the morning. But this is the next evolution, and I'll tell you why it's big for me now. And say you're 18, 19 years old, this is going to be a different, this is more of a journey that I think would be very relatable with those that are late 20s, mid 30s, but especially someone who is maybe potentially over 40 or has gone through the changes of kids. Testosterone, especially for myself, when baby bonding, when parenting, there's actually an association with lower testosterone during baby bonding. And with having two kids, with going over the age of 40, I noticed the difference in how my body responds to workouts. Feels like I have to work out a little bit more, but also how it responds to eating. I've ate the same thing for so long, but my body responds different. And so understanding me through blood work isn't just going to find out my vitamins, my bilirubin, all those levels, which are vital, and the reason we get a health measurement every year, the reason my company that I work for sponsors one every year is because they want to check on the health. Well, I think in regards to hormones, for male or female, it's important to get your hormones checked at least once a year, I would say. And I've never had mine checked. And I'm interested to see, I don't know anything about my testosterone levels, about my I don't know anything about it. So I can't even go into this saying, trust this for your testosterone support. Menopause, I can't go through, but I can't attest to this is what they bring to the table, because I don't know. All I've done so far is simply get blood work done, and I'm waiting to meet with the physician in regards to getting my results and kind of what. And in fact, I could probably go to LabCorp. That's where they either have you go to a LabCorp locations, or they have actually someone that is able to come to the house and do it from home. Essentially, it was a LabCorp individual that came to the house, which was really cool with kids and work. It just made it more convenient. And they said that I would potentially be able to see my results online during the appointment. So now I'm thinking to myself, that's something I need to do when I get home, to see if I can try to check that. But the reason why it's important is, especially for myself, testosterone, a lower testosterone level is going to position me in many different ways that's going to diminish the work that I've been doing in the gym nutritionally. So with the appropriate testosterone levels, you'll be able to manage your weight easier. You'll be able to build muscle better, and you'll overall have a healthy balance as a body when your testosterone levels, and fellas, I'm speaking to you, when your testosterone levels are at the normal range. If mine are low, then something may have changed when I had kids, when I crossed over 40, and something potentially will change now. I'll potentially go through another transformation if I'm able to optimize my testosterone. Well, say the test comes back and nothing's going on, nothing's wrong. Well, then that's essentially just me having to accept that I'm where I am, that the shift happened when I, had kids and was over 40. I'll just have to accept it. I don't know what to expect, but I think why it's important to go along this journey is my wife, as an example, has PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. And essentially it makes it very, very difficult for the normal, everyday, healthy lifestyle to see the results as someone who doesn't have PCOS. There's a hormone imbalance. We talk about PCOS and how it causes infertility, how it causes, what is that, a lawnmower? How it causes fluctuations in regards to weight, that it's a little bit more difficult for those that are on that have PCOS to lose weight. These hormone imbalances lead to things that, you think about it. If the full feeling comes from a hormone and the hungry feeling comes from a hormone, you have to think that hormones play a factor in the overall health and wellness of the journey. And so ghrelin, as an example, is the hunger hormone. One thing that happens during the bypass or during the surgery is that you take out a portion of the stomach where that ghrelin, as an example, can't be a receptacle. So essentially you're minimizing that hunger hormone to release itself and to kind of wreak havoc on the binges that we have, the stress eating hormone. You think about it, stress, cortisol, the elevated cortisol levels lead to that excessive weight in your midsection. Hormones play a factor. And I think this is an important journey for myself and something that I can take a lot of you along the journey of being completely transparent. And not just, hey, this is what I'm taking. No, like, hey, I just got my blood work done. I'm waiting for LabCorp. When they come in, what does the doctor say? What are my actual results? What is my testosterone levels? What are my biomarkers? And it's not to say that you are going to have what my biomarkers are, but I think this will be really good because I'll be able to say, hey, these are what my biomarkers are, and this is what I potentially need for things to change or not do. But just imagine that, like, you're here, like, I think about the beginning process of me losing weight, losing 300 pounds. I did not share that journey on social media, because I was afraid that I wasn't able to do it. So I didn't want to do something just to look like a failure later. That's why you'll see that I started my account about 2.5, 3 years, which I've always talked about, into my journey where, okay, I lost the weight. Hey, now I can start sharing about my before and afters. There's so much more value in sharing the in-between. I think about a guy named Jesse. He's got an account on Instagram. He's sharing his in-between, and his account is blowing up. I started my account after I was already there, and then I'm like retroactively saying, hey, this is what I went through. And there's so much more value in sharing the process along the way. And so I think this is really a good opportunity for me to share the process along the way of getting my biomarkers checked and why it's important and why it's needed, especially in my position. I think being over 40, having 2 kids now, going through that potential lower testosterone dip because of the baby bonding and what that all means in the balance of life. I've already got this real big drive to go to the gym and work out. I kind of want the doctor to say, man, you've got really low testosterone levels. How do you wake up every morning and go to the gym and find a way? You don't know the trauma that I've been through and how I use that trauma to push forward and do. So we'll see what happens. But I wanted to make this quick episode just as a little bit of a deep dive before I walk in the house of what's next. My hormones may potentially be something that needs to be optimized or checked or balanced, and maybe they don't. And I'll find out very, very soon. I may even find out my results when I get in the house, because I don't know how long it takes for the results to come in. But it's been a week since they came to the house, so I'm hoping to have the results. I'll share what I see, and then I'll share what the physician says, and go from there. So thanks for tuning in Thank you for tuning into this episode. Talk to you soon. Bye.